and followed Garvey's wife right to Ghana as a verification who was right and who was wrong.
Du Bois.
W.B. Du Bois. Yes, you pronounce it any way you want to. It's still a French name, not a Negro name. See? So we don't see this coming together. You see? Then Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. Farrakhan and what should have been Jesse collaborating. This Negro ran up Master's back steps to get them big bucks. And I don't need to fit. I'm talking about stuff I don't need to prove because you know about. See? He was supposed to handle the economic presentation of stock market investment with the money he was robbing the white boy of. This man went in Coca-Cola's office without a gun and got $30 million by simply telling him, well, perhaps black folks shouldn't drink Coca-Cola. And the check damn near jumped out the drawer. That's how much power Dr. King left in this boy's hands. And all he could think about was his own black ass. Yeah. Imagine any one of those two major heads coming together at any point in the last 50 years, where we would be. If King and Malcolm had lived, where would we be? I mean, if you want to understand what the division is and why it is, cut off this and this will stagger. I don't want you to interrupt me, brother. I know you got an inspired thought, because that's my intent, is to be provocative and inspiring. But I want you to hold off. I'm going to have a question and answer session, because if you get one in there, you're going to get me off track. You see, I done got way away from the circle already. But we're going to get back to the circle. But I want to read you something that I haven't done, and this is something I usually don't do on tape, is read. But this is so important that it's a must that I do this. Let me find the page here. Yeah, I got the right one here. Hold on, just bear with me a second. I'm going to be doing this periodically because I'm going to load this tape up. The definition of symbology or symbolism. The symbolism of Egypt is a scrupulous, chosen pictorial device designed to evoke ideas or concepts in its entirety, a means by passing the intellect and talking straight to the intelligence of the heart. Think about that, then you're closer to the device of intuition. Intuition doesn't always work up here. It works in here. Particularly when your spirit pulls your head down. Your heart is about to tell you something. One symbol is neither primitive nor subconscious. Symbology is a whole language that is circuitous and misleading and roundabout. In other words, the language in its entrance does not tell you matter-of-factly what it is, because the language of God speaks to you on all three levels of your nature. It speaks to your intellect. It speaks to your mind. It speaks to your spirit simultaneously. That impression often comes to you in dreams. If you are adhering to the dream level of your own mind, great wisdom can be imparted. If not, like the brother who had the insight of a horn between his eyebrows, woke up and thought he was the devil. And what he had been given a revelation was that his third eye was opening up, because he didn't know what horn meant. Horn is the extension of that particular faculty in the human body. That's why the lamb has 7 horns on its body in the book of Revelation. Okay, now let's demonstrate the language of symbology with the major key of the Scripture. Testament. Testament. Old Testament, New Testament. Tisti, body. Menti, mind. Old body, old mind. New body, new mind. That's what this book is about. From Genesis chapter 1 to Revelation chapter 22. It's about your nature, the nature of God, and the nature of the universe. From chapter to chapter, from prophet to prophet, including the foundation of the 12 and the 7 that dominate this manuscript. That's a Kabbalistic system of knowledge from your ancient parents in Europe. English does not begin in America. English began in Europe. Translated from the Latin language that translated from the Arabic, which your ancestors spoke and mastered in writing thoroughly. Brought forward by an initiated group of Europeans, as initiated Moors as Masons, got this book, this body of knowledge, from the east to the west. Signed by a Mason, financed by a Mason, King James. That's how this book got over here. The phenomenon is this. Why does your people cling and clutch to this book to the point of fanatical fervor? That's a question we probably have asked, but most of it comes up negative. They were tricked and duped. The white boy took the land and gave us the Bible. Those are the political answers that I heard. Though that did happen. We can't deny that. But we need to look deeper than we're usually given view of. What's in this book that magnetized 75% of your people in this country? It certainly can't be the preacher. And it can't be Jesus, because they haven't seen him. But they loved this book before they saw him. What is in here that draws them as strongly as a magnet draws a nail? When you get to those keys and the central theme, it begins to make sense. John 10:31, 36. Many of you already know about that. That's my major verse to quote concerning that idea of divinity. And here is important, because if you're going to re-educate your people, you can't take them away from the knowledge they already believe. It has to be somewhere within the grasp and connection with what they already